Why was Agile developed? Before Agile was in the picture, other traditional methods were used for software development. The waterfall method was the most commonly used method amongst developers, as it was easy to use and manage because it was so straightforward that teams did not need prior knowledge before working with it. This, however, did not change the amount of uncertainty and problems that came with using waterfall, not to mention the countless projects that failed due to using this method. This was due to the fact that waterfall's development process involves stages being ran from start to finish before commencing the next stage. This left project managers and their teams with little to no way to address and fix problems if they were to arise. Basically, what was agreed on during the planning was, for a lack of better term, set in stone, because it could not be changed once the project was underway, which led to project delays and failures. It was ultimately these issues that led to the group meeting in Utah and forming the Agile Alliance and creating the Agile Manifesto, which was their combined knowledge and ideas for creating better and more efficient ways of developing software and ways to help others in their development. It was ultimately these issues that would bring 17 leading software developing professionals together to combine their knowledge to come up with a resolution. This group, made up of representatives from extreme programming, Scrum, adaptive software development, feature-driven development, DSDM, pragmatic programming, and Crystal, met on February 11th through the 13th, 2001, at the lodge at Snowbird Ski Resort in Utah. During this retreat, they combined their thoughts and experiences together and strived to create a better approach to manage not only software development projects, but also the teams working on them. At the end of their stay, this group had came as individuals, but were leaving as an alliance. And with this new formed alliance, they came up with new methodologies that would make up what we now know as the Agile Manifesto. Each of these pioneers were in the same industry, but came from different backgrounds, which allowed them to brainstorm and share valuable input from different perspectives that they were each witnessing. The Agile Manifesto was a way for them to shed light on new approaches to software development and to lend a hand to these problematic methods that were leaving projects far from finished. The manifesto was created to define the 12 principles and 4 values in which they thought up and what created the foundation for Agile. These principles and values are what sets Agile methodologies apart from the past methods.
To better understand why Agile is beneficial, it is important to understand how it works. What is Agile management? Agile management is characterized as having non-static requirements, flexibility, regular communication, and constant changes. The nature of these characteristics allow a project to have a flexible scope that can meet the needs of stakeholders. However, it does have set goals for cost and time. Agile management is a set of values that give a business an edge over other traditional methods of project management. Other traditional development methodologies, like the waterfall method, require detailed requirements to be determined in the beginning of the project. The project must also result in an end product that satisfies these requirements. With Agile development, the exact end product is not defined at the beginning. Since its creation in 2001, the Agile approach has proven to be an effective response to some of the problems seen in waterfall project management. It did so by focusing on core values to be followed by the project team. There are 4 core values defined in the manifesto for Agile software development: customer collaboration over contract negotiation, individuals and interactions over processes and tools, responding to changes over following a plan, and working software over comprehensive documentation. Successfully following an Agile approach to project management depends greatly on the team's ability to adhere to these values, as well as the teachings of the 12 principles listed in the Agile Manifesto. The 12 principles teach customer satisfaction, openness to changing requirements, frequent delivery of working products, daily collaboration between business people and developers, support and motivation of individuals, conveying information through face-to-face conversation, progress determined by working products, maintenance of sustainable development, attention to good design, simplicity, self-organization within teams, and adjustment of behavior. The leading agile method for completing complex work is Scrum. Scrum is a method with 4 repeating steps and uses sprints. These steps are cycled through until the completion of the project. First, a product backlog is created by the product owner. This shows which aspects of the product are to be prioritized by the team. The next step is sprint planning. In sprint planning, the team takes parts of the prioritized wish list to create a sprint backlog. Step 3 of the Scrum method calls for a 2 to 4 week sprint. During the sprint period, daily meetings occur to assess the project. At the end of the sprint, a potentially shippable product should be the result. After a sprint review, steps 1 through 4 are repeated until project completion.
Businesses are looking for ways to improve the way they deliver their project. In order to keep up with the competition, they need to have better product quality and customer satisfaction. This is why I'm here to tell you why companies should start using Agile methodology. Hi, my name is Christy Abraham. I'm here to tell you a little bit more about why companies should use Agile over other methodologies. So, what exactly are some of the advantages of Agile? In Agile, change is very much embraced. As we learned earlier, as teams go through every sprint, it is very easy to accommodate and accept changes at any time during the project. There's always an opportunity to refine and reprioritize the backlog, letting teams introduce changes to their projects in a matter of weeks. Also, as companies get complex projects, end goal might not be clearly defined. As the project progresses, the goals will become clear and it will be easy to adapt to these evolving requirements. Another advantage is high quality delivery. As the projects are divided into smaller and manageable units, this allows the team to focus on high quality development, testing, and collaboration. This also allows the team to identify bugs and solve them more quickly. Therefore, the end product will result in high quality software. Agile also helps with creating strong team interactions. Teams are frequently communicating and working together. This allows them to take responsibility and work on parts of the projects. Customers' opinions are also heard throughout the lifecycle of the project in Agile. They get many opportunities throughout the sprints to see the work being delivered, share their input, and have a real impact on the end product. Therefore, customers gain a sense of ownership. And last but not least, in Agile, there's always continuous improvement. After every sprint, teams look for feedback from users and team members throughout the whole project, so lessons are learned to improve future iterations. Waterfall methodology is usually recommended for smaller projects. There are several disadvantages to waterfall methodology. First of all, with how waterfall methodology is set up, customers are not able to see the final product until when it reaches to the final stage. There's a good chance that the customers can be unhappy due to the change of requirements, or they might have just simply not envisioned the way the team envisioned it. Customers have trouble visualizing project in early stage. Teams usually spend a lot of time gathering requirements during the initial stage, and there are chances where those requirements could change once the team starts coding and developing the product. So there's high amount of risk and uncertainty prevalent in waterfall methodology. Another disadvantage is any late changes made to the initial requirements will also result in over budget of the project, as well as it will extend the project timeline. This might also delay the other projects that are in line. Once again, there's a good chance that customers might not be satisfied with the end result. Also, due to how these stages are created, resources are not utilized fully to its potential. For example, while business analysts gather their requirements, developers might be idly waiting. Until they get their requirements, they're not able to develop their product. This is again another disadvantage of the waterfall methodology. Next, we're going to talk about some of the real-life examples of Agile methodology. The topic was how to increase content velocity through Agile practices at 2015's Intelligent Content Conference. There were panelists representing companies such as PayPal, Moody's Analytics, CA Technologies, Google, and Facebook. They were all in favor of Agile. Especially, Ben Cornelius, director of localization at PayPal, pointed out how much they dislike water methodology, which led them to develop products that does not meet the user's needs or desires. He mentions how they really enjoy interacting with their stakeholders frequently and getting feedback. He mentions also how much Agile helped them to refine quickly, which essentially suited in what they do at PayPal and their daily tasks. Ben Cornelius also emphasizes the fact of how great Agile is because they interact with customers that are in 203 countries and several hundred teams every 24 hours. Agile really helps them with giving out what the customers that are looking for in today's market. Based on a study conducted by John Jeremiah, a technology evangelist from HPE, found out the reasons behind why organizations are moving to Agile. 54% says it's because it enhances the collaboration between teams, and 52% says that it increases the software quality, and 49% says that it increases customer satisfaction. As you can see how crucial Agile framework can be to a company's success in today's competition and market. Thank you so much for listening to us.